Today we will see a new topic of factoring. It is called sum and difference of cubes. In this case, of course, we will need to have two terms. They can be one positive and one negative, or both of them positive, since we have the two possibilities, sum or difference of cubes. In this case, the coefficients or numbers must have an exact cubic root. That means a number multiplied by itself 3 times to get what the coefficient is. And their exponents in this case must be divisible by 3. Remember, when we look for a square root of exponents must be divisible by 2. In the case of cubic root of exponents, are need to be divisible by 3 in this case. We are going to factorize this expression. If we remember the special products, we have a specific special product called the product of a binomial and a trinomial that we get a sum or a difference of cubes. So in this case, we will have a sum of our difference of cubes, and as an answer we will get the special product of a binomial and a trinomial. So let's start with some examples. Let's go with the first one. We have 8a cubed plus 7 plus 27b cubed. So in this case, we need to check out if they have a specific cubic roots. So the first one has a specific cubic root because 8, 2 times 2 times 2, it's 8. So that's why the cubic root of 8a cubed, it's going to be only 2a. The cubic root of 27, it's 3 because 3 times 3, it's 9. Times 3, it's 27. And the cubic root of b cubed, it's only b. So now I can use the specific formula. Remember, because we got a positive sign here, we will have the structure that it's a plus b that multiplies a squared minus ab plus b squared. So it's going to be 2a plus 3b. And in the trinomial, it's going to be the first one squared, that it's going to be 4a squared, that it's 2a squared. Then it's going to be minus the product of the two of them, that it's going to be 6ab, plus the square of the second term, that it's going to be 9v squared. And in this case, it's correctly ordered. We cannot take out anything from the parentheses, so that is going to be our final answer. So it's not a difficult topic. It's only applying the formula and converting from having a sum or difference of cubes in a special product of a binomial and a trinomial. So let's continue with another example. So imagine we have something like this: 125 x to the 9 minus 64 y to the 15. So remember, we need to look for the numbers. If they have exact cubic root, they must be a number multiplied by itself 3 times. That gets me that number. 5 times 5, it's 25. Times 5 is 125. So the square root of this one is 5. In the case of the powers, they must be divisible by 3. 9 divided by 3, it's 3. The other one, 64, it's 4 times 4 times 4, because 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 is 64. In the case of the power, 15 divided by 3, it's going to be 5. So in this case, we will need the structure of a minus b, because we have a minus sign here that multiplies a squared plus ab plus b squared. So in this case, it's going to be 5x cubed minus 4y to the 5th. In the other one, it's going to be the square of 5, it's 25. The square of x to the 3, remember we multiplied the power, so it's going to be x to the 6. Then it's going to be plus 20 x to the 3rd y to the 5. and the next one is going to be plus 16, that it's 4 times 4. In the case of y, it's going to be y to the 10, that it's the square of y to the 5. So in this case, this is going to be our final answer because there is nothing that it's common, we cannot take it out. It's correctly ordered, so that is going to be our actual answer of this exercise. So let's go with another exercise of sum or difference of cubes. So in this case we have fractions, but it's the same because the numbers have a specific cubic root and the powers are divisible by 3, so let's check out. On this one, we need to look for the cubic root. 3 times 3 times 3, it's 27. 2 times 2 times 2, it's 8. And in the case of the letter x to the 24, 24 divided by 3, it's going to be 8. The other one is going to be 1 times 1 times 1, it's 1. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. And in the case of the letters y to the 18, 18 divided by 3, it's going to be 6. So in this case, we got a negative sign here. So the structure we need is going to be a minus b. That multiplies a squared plus ab plus b squared. So in this case, it's going to be 3/2 x to the 8 minus 1/5 of y to the 6. And in the other parenthesis, it's going to be the square of the first term. 3 times 3, it's 9. 2 times 2, it's 4. In the case of the powers, x to the 8 squared is going to be x to the 16. In the case of the next term, it's going to be the multiplication of the two terms. 3 times 1, it's 3. 2 times 5, it's 10. X to the 8, y to the 6. And in the case of the other one, 1 squared still 1. 5 squared, 25. And it's going to be y to the 6 squared. It's y to the 12. It's correctly ordered. We cannot take out anything. So this is going to be the answer for this specific exercise. So it doesn't matter that we have fractions. If the fractions have a specific cubic root that it's exact, then we can use the rule of sum on difference of cubes. So remember maybe the important part and where many people made mistakes, it's because of the signs. Remember, if the problem it's a sum of cubes, then it's going to be positive on the binomial, but in the trinomial it's going to be alternated positive, negative, and positive. If we got a negative or a difference of cubes, it's going to be negative on the binomial, but all the terms in the trinomial must be positive. So let's continue with another exercise of sum and difference of cubes. So imagine we have something like this: 1000 x to the 12 minus 216 x to the 24. Remember, if we can take out common factors, we can do it since the beginning or we can do it also at the end. But my recommendation is to do it always at the beginning because it's going to be very simple. So in this case, I can take out an x to the 12. In the inside part, I will get 1000 minus 216 x to the 24. I'm sorry, x to the 12, because we get it out the 12, because 12 plus 12 it's 24. So in this case, this one still have a specific cubic root that it's 10 times 10 times 10. This one has a specific square root that it's 6 times 6 is 36, times 6 is 216. So in this case, the power is also divisible by 3. 12 divided by 3, it's 4. So in this case, it's going to be the structure of a minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. So in this case, it's going to be the x to the 12 that I take out, then it's going to be 1000. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the square root, not 1000. It's going to be 10 minus 6x to the 4. Then in the trinomial, it's going to be the first term squared. 10 squared is going to be 100. Then it's going to be the multiplication of both terms, 60x to the 4. And finally, plus 36x to the 8. Remember, we need to have it correctly ordered. In this case, it's not correctly ordered because the trinomial it's not ordered. So our correct answer is going to be x to the 12 that multiplies 10 minus 6x to the 4. In this case, it's correctly ordered because it's a binomial with a positive and a negative one. But the trinomial should be ordered like 36x to the 8 plus 60x to the 4 plus 100. And this is going to be the correct answer, that it's ordered, and we also take out the common factor when possible. So let's see another example of sum or difference of cubes. So imagine we have something like this. We have letters in the exponents, but don't worry about it. Remember, if the exponent is divisible by 3, then it has a specific square root. So let's see. In this case, 343, 7 times 7 is 49. 49 times 7 is 343. So in this case, it's going to be 7x 9a divided by 3. 9 divided by 3, it's 3. So it's going to be 3a. In this case, it's going to be 5 times 5 times 5, it's 125. Then it's going to be x 12b divided by 3, it's going to be 4b. So in this case, it's positive. So remember, the structure should be a plus b. In the other one, it's going to be a squared minus ab plus b squared. Then it's going to be the actual answer, 7x to the 3a plus 5x to the 4b. And in the other parenthesis, it's going to be 7 times 7, it's 49, x 3a squared multiplied by 2. 3 times 2, it's 6a. Then it's going to be 7 times 5. It's going to be 35. Here it should be negative. Minus 35 x. Then the exponents get added. In this case, I need to put it like this because it's not possible to join a and b. So it's going to be 3a plus 4b. And in the other one, it's going to be plus 5 times 5, it's 25. X 4b squared is going to be multiplied by 2, so it's going to be 8b. So in this case, it's correctly ordered because we have first what it's x to the a, then x to the b. So that's the correct answer for this specific exercise. So don't worry about it. If we have letters in the exponent, it's the same. If those exponents are divisible by 3, we can do it in this type of exercise. So those are going to be the exercise of sum or difference of cubes. Remember, it's only applying the structure, looking for the specific exact cubic roots, and only using the product of a binomial and a trinomial. Don't forget, always remember to order your answers, and also if you can take out common factors, take them out. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening me.